Coming on to talk about sports and more specifically MLB from CBS Sports. He covers the MLB, Danny Vietti.
Somebody's going to beat the Cleveland Browns this year. Is it going to be another opponent, or is it going to be the Cleveland Browns? That's their storyline, and the season will answer that story.
Well, my prediction preseason, because we always have to do that at ESPN, give us your predictions, make us look like idiots, was Astros and Nationals, with the Astros winning. Given the fact that both those teams still look like they're in the mix for that eventuality, I'm going to stick with that, Astros and Nationals, with Astros winning.
Play action is going to take himself around the left big hole 40, 35, 30, cuts it upfield, spin move 20, action Jackson 10, and dancing into the end zone. Touchdown Ravens. Halftime launching it down the middle of the field, caught at the 20, Sammy Watkins 10, walking into the end zone, and the Chiefs are going to be going to Miami. What's going on, Sportscaster, YouTube, and beyond? Thanks for watching this video. I'm Yosef Masinter, and I hope you're having a great day. As I welcome you into episode 10 of the Ravens vs. Browns Week 14 Deep Dive, where I go through every play of that game, talk about what happened, why it happened, shouldn't have happened, who messed up, who excelled, and a whole lot more. This is absolutely the best game of the regular season, and I think it was the best game of the playoffs as well. Playoff implications, stars making big-time plays making stars, and of course, a dramatic Hollywood ending. But before we get to the film, please check out my podcast, Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That's Sports with Yosef. Check out all of my videos on Sportscaster, sportscastr.com. My username is YosefM613. You'll be hearing that handle a lot over the next minute, as well as checking out my articles on Flurry Sports Tackler, Rocky and Meisty, and Sportscaster News. It's a lot of content, it's a lot of sites, it's a lot to remember. Honestly, I have trouble remembering it sometimes. Well, I made it easy for you by creating a website, yosefm613.com, YOSEFM613.com, which has all my articles, all my podcasts, a whole bunch of my videos, including this series, and as well as a way to subscribe to get email updates every time I post new content. The subscription option is right there on the homepage. And again, the website is yosefm613.com. If you're on Twitter, I'd really appreciate it if you could give me a follow. You guessed it, my handle, yosefm613. And with that said, let's get back to the game, where the Browns, they just marched down the field, 7 plays, 75 yards. Nick Chubb punching it in untouched on a 14-yard touchdown carry, the 4th rushing touchdown of the game, knotted up 14 apiece for 11 to go. Up, and 4:16 really to go, up in Cleveland, and here 10. Cody Parkey on to kick this one off to Baltimore. Thought I had paused it, maybe not. Here we go. Parkey stepping it off as we get set to head back to football in Cleveland. Here we go. Ravens getting a chance to get the ball here. It'll be taken at the 1. Devin Duvernay working across the right, now to the left, and he's going to get all the way out to the 25-yard line, a 24-yard return. Tay Davis on the stop. And let's take a look here. So you're going to see Duvernay's going to run something like that's bad yardage, more like that. Start right and ends up going left. Well, the kick start brings him a little bit to the right. He's going to run up the field and now starts going left. Picks up a block from Justice Hill and Sione Taki. And let's take a look what actually happened on this play. Kickoffs are fun, figuring out what happens. This kick goes to the 1 from Parkey. And as you can see, the ball here. Okay, so Duvernay is going to just go left. LJ Ford going against. That's Tay Davis right there. That's the guy who's going to end up making the stop. So watch Tay Davis come in, take on LJ Ford, and just get right by him and get a hit on him. A couple other guys help out. number 29, Sheldrick Redwine, and number 89, Stephen Carlson. Let's take a look. So LJ4 misses that block, which doesn't help. I believe Jordan Richards is still trying to pick someone up. That's a little bit late. And then Redwine is going to be untouched. And where is Stephen Carlson? He's working against Kirsten Welch right there. And so they'll combine to make this stop. Let's watch this one more time. 24-yard return for Devin Duvernay gets the Ravens out to the same field position as if it was a touchback. Taken at the 1, brought out to the 25-yard line. Maybe a bit of a generous spot there from the officiating crew. Initially spotted the 24. I'm telling you, it said the 20. The official database said the 25. This might be a mistake. This looks like the 24. I don't know how you can mark this at the 25-yard line. We'll take a look next play, but I'd like to try and understand it. How they can say he got out to the 25. He's clearly down at the 24. I'm going to assume this is a mistake. But we'll take a look at the next play and see where they spot the ball. I mean, so it should be. It looks like it's a 23-yard return. Yeah, he takes the ball at the 1. I don't see. Okay, so maybe on that angle I could kind of see that he was hit backwards afterwards by Redwine. I don't really get it. They said so. Cleveland scoreboard sending the ball on the 24. Ball's on the 25. So I guess so database was not wrong. So I'm guessing that they're doing this because he was kind of hit backwards after the play by Redwine. Okay, so here come the Ravens. Pistol formation. Pistol because Jackson is not under center. And he's got a guy behind him, which looks like it's Dobbins. Let's watch this play. As they'll bring the card in motion from left to right. And they'll bring him back to the left again. Jackson, play action, deep drop. Trying to run away from Olivier Vernon. And he's just going to slip down. Something we talked about in previous episodes. A lot of slipping. Something is wrong with this turf in this game, and I don't know what. It wasn't really an issue with the weather before the game. It's just not clear. Lamar Jackson had it worse than other guys, but you saw Jarvis Landry in the last drive slip. I mean, a lot of guys slipping. Olivier Vernon taking him down once he's there. Oh, I went just not paying attention. But yeah, the turf was really bad. I'd almost call it disgustingly bad. Like, this should not happen, like, ever, on an NFL turf on a primetime game. All right, Ravens in 21 personnel. Browns in their base defense. And okay. Let's just take a look at the backfield first. First thing to notice right here, Myles Garrett. If you remember a couple episodes ago, he went out with an injury. He is back. He'll be lined up against Orlando Brown for his first snap. Let's watch it. Let's watch this play from here. So, bringing Ricard from left to right. No one follows. What does that mean? It's zone. So what is this right here? Hold on. They're faking the zone read, right? They're faking the classic Ravens play. Lamar Jackson. Ooh, what did I do there? Play of bang, bang. What's this highlighter option? Oh, it's just a little lighter. Cool. Learn something new. This is what they're faking. Lamar Jackson, he's looking at Sione Takitaki right there, saying, okay, this is what we're faking. But no, this is a designed... This looks like a designed play from the Ravens. This is a designed passing play from the Ravens. As you see Lamar Jackson after the play action, he's under pressure immediately because Olivier Vernon let's take a look at Olivier Vernon right here. On that right side, so he's lined up wide on the tight end. He's just going to beat Tyree Phillips around the edge pretty badly. Let's just watch that one more time. This is brutal. I mean, Phillips never lines up square, and Vernon gets to take advantage. That's sometimes why you line outside the tight end. So Lamar Jackson's going to run away. He just turns Olivier Vernon around, and there Lamar Jackson goes. Right here, we'll slow it down a little bit. Lamar's won this already. You can see, ball in his left hand. He's looking to run. It could be he would put the ball back, but you can tell he's looking downfield. He's keeping an eye downfield, seeing if there's anyone open, looking at Dobbins, and then he just goes. Let's take a look at the rest of this D line on this play. Larry Ogunjobi and Sheldon Richardson up the middle. Richardson right there, Ogunjobi there. Excuse me. Interesting. So watch Sheldon Richardson here, who's going to spin away from Ben Powers, get hit into J.K. Dobbins, and then he's going to beat Powers again at the end. He's just going to... Powers does a good job fighting, but he's just not going to get... Richardson does a good job at the end. Larry Ogunjobi right here. Let's see who the Ravens got. They'll quick double team on him, and he just keeps on going right. Falls down, as does Mikari, and at which point Ogunjobi's just going to get up. Doesn't really do much of anything. Now Myles Garrett, his first play back, working against Orlando Brown. Brown does a nice job initially. Nothing there. Ricard helping out, and then... kind of... no. Okay, I saved it in time. And he doesn't really get to do anything. Now, Sione Takitaki is going to come in here. He's waiting. He sees Lamar Jackson running around, so he tries to... Well, here's what he's trying to do initially. The angle that Takitaki takes is something like this. He's trying to prevent a run from Lamar Jackson, and then... And then he'll shift his angle to here as Lamar Jackson goes down. But you can see Lamar Jackson. Look how much... This is what Lamar Jackson wants. And we'll go back to this momentarily. Oh, interesting. So if you want... I'm just looking at my notes, realizing I missed something. Watch Tyree Phillips one more time here. Look how Sheldon Richardson's going to go into Tyree Phillips. He hits Tyree Phillips, and I think that may or may not have delayed Phillips just a little bit in getting to Olivier Vernon. You see Richardson just extending the arms, just pushing Phillips just a little bit. And that may or may not have had an effect on the play. Okay, let's take a look at the passing attack scheme here. Hollywood Brown, Miles Boykin, Mark Andrews. Zone coverage here from the Browns. Okay, so something on the line. Who's open? Well, first off, Lamar Jackson off the play action right away right here. I mean, he is under pressure. No one's really open because no one's looking Lamar Jackson, not expecting to have to be able to get this ball out so quickly. Something on the lines of this. This is a verticals play. They're trying to get the ball down the field, get a chunk play, get 15, 20 yards, something like that. And then Lamar Jackson right here. He's got Mark Andrews open. He's got Hollywood is open. Lamar's not making this throw because this throw is going to have to be way down at the 20-yard line or something. Put a lot of air underneath and let Hollywood just make a play. Boykin's actually covered pretty well. Again, this is zone coverage. Boykin, very good coverage. But if you're Lamar Jackson right here, right after you turn around Olivier Vernon, you got a couple of options. Number one, 17-yard play down the field to Mark Andrews. Number two, I need to plug my computer in. I was like, my entire screen just went dark. What's happened? What is happening? Very simple fix though. Now we can get off of battery saver mode. Right here, when Lamar Jackson slips down, here's where I think testing? Okay, so I had bad audio for a second. Sorry about all these miscues. So I think Lamar Jackson kind of wants to run it up the middle because look how much room there is on this side of the field. Well, we'll take a look from this angle. Okay, that arrow makes no sense there. Look how much room Lamar Jackson would have to work with here. And I think this is what Lamar's trying to do. As you can see, he's trying to cut up the field. I think he wants to run here and then there. Once he breaks the pocket, and once he gets up the field, it's zone coverage. Let me double check. It is zone coverage, because no one follows Patrick Ricard. No, this is man. No one follows Ricard, so that I think this is a mistake by the Ravens here. This is absolutely man coverage. Now, looks like, and this actually this tricked me here, because there's two parts here. No one follows Ricard, right? So what does that signify? It signifies man. But the other part of this is that sometimes what the linebackers will do is they'll say, okay, I'll take the guy widest to the left, and I'll take the guy whoever's on the right, and I'll take whoever's there, I'll take zone. That is sometimes what linebackers do. But if I'm Lamar Jackson and I see guys looking, and he's looking at this defense, sees no one's following, this is a great job by Cleveland to come up with a system which it looks like zone. It's not. You can watch the coverage down the field. Everyone's going to be staying with their man. Mark Andrews turns Carlos Joseph. Hollywood Brown being followed by... He is being followed by Terrence Mitchell. And I can't tell who's on Miles Boykin from this angle. This is man coverage. And because of that, look, no one's looking at Lamar Jackson right here. So you can see Lamar slipping twice. He slips once there, and then he tries to make a second move. I'll take another look at that momentarily. But if Lamar Jackson, here's what Lamar Jackson wants to do. Let's make this just a little bit bigger. Lamar Jackson wants to go here, at which point he's going to probably have to cut outside and try to get down the sideline here. This is at least 20 yards. At least. Because 20 plus yards will put Lamar Jackson right over here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Lamar Jackson could go all the way on this. You just don't know. He's dynamic enough where it could happen. He's a runner in the open space. So we have no idea how it would have ended up. And this would have been a big play for the Ravens. Or he could have tried to check it down. Look right here. J.K. Dobbins wide open. If that's where he wants to go. Again, runners in space. Mark Andrews wide open. So if you want, go back to this thing quickly, and you'll see just Lamar Jackson slip twice. Once, twice. It looks like one motion. It's not. I want to slow this down. Lamar Jackson just running away from Olivier Vernon. Nice cutback. This left on the left foot goes. Hold on, left foot, right foot, left foot goes. Okay, maybe he slipped once. Maybe I'm just making that up. I don't know. Let's watch this one more time before we move on. This is a loss of 11 for the Baltimore Ravens, moving them back to their own 14-yard line. This had the potential to be a big play, but the turf, horrific. Lamar Jackson would change cleats at halftime to try to avoid slipping as much. Lamar Jackson had it worse than some guys, but it's not just Lamar. It's people on the Cleveland, too. The turf really atrocious. As we watch this one last time, Lamar Jackson, he has 20 plus yards in front of him. Instead, he goes down, which brings the Ravens into a second down and 21. This is not an area where the Ravens are going to be thriving. As shotgun formation, back to the left is Dobbins. Ricard in motion. Here comes Snead in motion. Handoff. Dobbins trying to get outside. Stutter stepping, trying to find an alley. Doesn't. He'll get 2 on the play. Carl Joseph, Malcolm Smith there on the stop. Let's take a look from the back view. All right. A couple interesting pieces here. Okay, so Willie Snead's going to... First, Ravens in 20 personnel, 2 running backs. No tight ends and 3 wide receivers. Watch when so Ricard comes in motion. No one follows. Snead comes in motion. No one follows. Right here at zone. You know that, but watch Willie Snead here. Snead's going to come across, but look how wide he is. Normally he would get up the field and start blocking. He's not. Makes me think if the run for Dobbins was meant to be just a little bit wider or something. Or maybe the snap, or the other option I would say is that the Ravens snapped the ball just a little bit too early. It was meant to wait just another second. Not 100% sure, but something doesn't look 100% right about that. Okay. On the offensive line here. Well, first off, this is the zone read. Who's the guy Lamar Jackson is looking at? Right over here. I thought I was in highlighter mode. Let's try this again. Right over here. Myles Garrett. Garrett's going to come. Okay, now I need. Garrett comes down. This is massive. Okay. Let's try to get this normally. Whatever. What? Okay, at this point, whatever. Garrett comes down. Lamar Jackson's going to let Dobbins take it to the right side. Now, Bradley Bozeman's going to pull here, as you can see him starting to pull there. So Bozeman's going to get in front of Dobbins. And Ricard is going to be take on here. He takes on Olivier Vernon. As DJ Fluker comes in for Tyree Phillips. And he's going to... DJ Fluker's going to go and double team with Ben. He's going to double team a guy with Ben Powers. He's double teaming Sheldon Richardson right over there. So Ricard's going to take on Olivier Vernon. Now Bozeman's going to go and help out with a Vernon for a second. And that's going to allow Malcolm Smith to come up and make a stop. And Dobbins sees that Smith's got a play on him right away. Because Bozeman's meant to be, in an ideal world, Bozeman's over here taking care of this guy. Dobbins got a huge hole right here. Huge hole. But Bozeman has to help out Ricard, helping with Vernon. And that's going to... So Dobbins is like, what do I do here? So he's going to try to get wide. And then nothing much is going to happen. And then Carl Joseph coming up and helping to make the stop. You see Carl Joseph here beating Miles Boykin. The end because again, look, Boykin, his back is towards the runner. He's facing this way. The run is supposed to be here, so he's in a perfect position. But when the run goes to here, it's kind of easy for Joseph just to get free. All right, let's go to the top-down view and just take a look at this Browns defense. They're just waiting. This is not something. The way the zone read works well. There are a lot of times it works well, but look how patient these linebackers are. They don't know what's happening yet. They're just willing, and you see a couple. I mean, cornerback, secondary. Everyone's just waiting back here. No one's trying to overcommit, and they're just letting it develop naturally, and then deciding. So great job of patience by this Browns defense, saying we're gonna wait, and then we're gonna figure out where we want to go with. Where the ball is, and then we'll go attack that area. So let's watch this running play one more time. Not a great play by the Ravens, and the key point is going to be Patrick Ricard. You'll see Patrick Ricard lose. You know what? Let's quickly take a look at the D line first. Saw Powers and then Fluker double team Richardson. Good job here by McCarry on Adrian Claiborne, and Myles Garrett's going to get free immediately from Orlando Brown. Watch that one more time. Now Garrett's pretty much out of the play because the run doesn't go to that side. As we watch it this time for the final time, seeing J.K. Dobbins pick up 2, not much there. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 19. Not really a situation the Ravens are going to be something that they want to do. Down at 2:41 when the snap happens. So this is the last play before the 2-minute warning. Ravens definitely trying to run the clock. Here comes a 4-yard run here from Justice Hill. Why did the Ravens run the ball? Well, number one, it keeps the clock running. Number two, this actually had the potential to go for a first down, and let me explain it to you. On the ESPN broadcast, they were saying, "Oh, the Ravens just forfeiting pretty much their downs and just getting ready to punt the ball away." That's not what's happening here. Started off 11 personnel, shotgun. Browns in the nickel defense. Justice Hill checks in. He's the third down specialist. And let's watch it from this point of view, because right off the bat, Bradley Bozeman, he's going to pull once again. This is not the zone. No, this is not the zone read. This is going to be designed for Justice Hill the whole way. Bozeman is going. The Ravens are going to let Myles Garrett come free on the left side, on the right side, I should say. Defense is left, offense is right, and then Bozeman's going to come and pick him up. Kind of a trap block. So you've got right here DJ Fluker and Ben Power, 1772, double teaming Sheldon Richardson, number 98. McCary working against number 94, Adrian Claiborne. And Orlando Brown just kind of facing off against Olivier Vernon right here. So here's why. Now Mark Andrews is going to come up the second level, and he's going to go block Malcolm Smith. The Ravens put a block on B.J. Goodson. Yes, DJ Fluker. Fluker's job is meant to quickly chip here and then go into the second level and get on B.J. Goodson. So whether or not Fluker does that, I don't. Let's see. He's gonna see how he gets up there. He gets in front of his face. Here's why this play doesn't work, because right here. Let's get back to my highlighter. It needs to be thicker to highlight. I'm gonna get better with this pen. Carl Joseph versus Miles Boykin. Watch these two, because this is the key part of this play. Let's start off with the first down yard line is right over here at the 35-yard line. Still not a great line, but whatever. That's what the first down marker is. Watch Boykin and Carl Joseph go off against each other. Boykin's job is to block Carl Joseph, but Joseph, he's going to take this inside move. He's going to just get right by Boykin. Now, let's just say that he blocks him, because here's what I want to tell you who we can take out. And I'm going to just cross guys off. Okay, that's a bad drawing. I'm going to make this bigger, and hopefully this is going to work. Joseph's gone. He's blocked up. He's blocked up. Garrett's out of the play. Most of these D linemen are out of the play. Olivier Vernon is not. But right now, you've got the opportunity for a pretty big play, because you can have Justice Hill. Let's go for a different color. Justice Hill is going to go right, is meant to go probably like something like this, or just go straight outside, whatever. At which point he's got a one-on-one against Kevin Johnson in the secondary. All he's got to do is try to get outside or beat him, and he's got the first down. Yeah, they've got a safety, looks like Andrew Sandejo. He's going to try to help out, but this is not just a play where the Ravens are trying to give up, because this is the one block right here. The one matchup, which if the Ravens block it, has a legitimate chance of a first down. So that's my rant on this, because this, especially on that ESPN broadcast, because this was a legitimate, I really do feel that legitimate shot at a first down. And let's take a look at this play one last time. Well, I mean, you could take the other part of this is watch the receivers get downfield. Snead's going to block here. I'll tell you what, not Andrews, but Hollywood Brown's probably going to block over here. Again, it's 2 versus 1 here, but Justice Hill would have the space to work with. He has a chance. I don't know if he makes it or not, but I do know he has a chance. And Boykin misses the block. It's only a pickup of 4. Like, that's not a pickup of 4 is not a bad run, but when you need 19, it doesn't really do the job. And so that will bring up a 4th down and 15. 2-minute warning. Browns do not elect to take a timeout. Surprisingly, do not elect to take a timeout there. You would have thought they could have stopped the clock with maybe 2:35 to go in the first half, had 2 timeouts and 2-minute warning to work with. No. They're going to say we can get down the field quickly. We are not taking a timeout. So Sam Cook on to punt. And he will send this one down the field. Donovan Peoples-Jones back there to return. He'll let it bounce, make the return, 50-yard punt, 5-yard return, 45-yard net. Net Justice Hill there on the stop. And let's take a look at what's happening here. First off is the pressure. Probably. As Sione Takitaki, I'll tell you what, Takitaki's had some pressure on punts before. Jordan Richards does a decent job blocking him. Watch these two guys go. Watch one more time. Number 28, number 44. 28 Ravens, 44 Browns on this right. Offense is right. Pushing him wide, giving plenty of time for Sam Cook. No one else really gets much penetration. So now they're going to double team Devontae Harris. Force him out of bounds. He's going to try to run back in. And he's going to kind of get there, but because he's pushed out of bounds, you see the angle. He's too wide. Now Justice Hill, on the other hand, he's going one-on-one, but he's got a one-on-one here. Gets outside release and then just bends over the top. Great job by Justice Hill, who's going to trip up Donovan Peoples-Jones after a 5-yard return. Hill running across the entire field there. Excuse me, I think that's is that Chris Moore or no? That can't be Chris Moore. I think that's Devontae Harris. Yeah, that is. Chris Moore, I don't think he might not have been. I don't think Moore was active for this game. All right, let's watch this one last time. Take a look at Anthony Levine Sr. Look at how much time they're going to give Sam Cook, how much space they're going to give Sam Cook to get down the field. Let's get that ball down the field. Bouncing once. Donovan Peoples-Jones taking it on that bounce. 9 seconds come off the clock here. So it'll be 151 with 2 timeouts to work with. Excuse me. So, because the Browns used one earlier, so it would have been 2:35 with 1 timeout to go in the 2-minute warning. I still like that better than 151 with 2 timeouts. As Anthony Levine Sr. watch him get down the field here as well immediately. And he's going to be there as well in case Justice Hill can't make that tackle. Here we go, though, for the Cleveland Browns. Knotted up at 14 apiece. And they're going to try to get a 2-minute drive going and going quickly. There is not much time to mess around. As Kareem hunts in, as quick pass to the left, caught Donovan Peoples-Jones. He's going to slip down at the 42. There's another player slipping. Pickup of 7 yards. Now let's just watch this one last time. I mean, Queen technically gets a credit because he just is the first one to tap him down. Alright, so Kareem hunts in because it's a 2-minute drive. 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Ravens in the nickel defense. And Ravens are going to go here. Cover 1 man. What does this mean? It means that you take you, you take you, you take you, you take you. And the safety right here. This is a classic 2-minute drive defense. Sometimes you play it with cover 2. They're not. Ravens are going to have another guy. Oh, wrong shape there. Get back to my arrow. Looks like he's probably on Kareem Hunt. And this is almost really just a cover 1 spy here. And then this guy will take underneath zone. Whatever. Not exactly not the exact location, but close enough. This is the Ravens coverage right here. This is going to be the Ravens' defensive coverage. And let's take a look at this route, what the Browns are going to do from a route point. Look how far back Jimmy Smith is. He's a good 10 yards back at the snap. I'd say 10 yards back. And so, but Humphrey's closer up. So what this is basically trying to exploit is, he's just going to be able to run right across the field easily. Take a look at Humphrey and Landry here momentarily. Njoku coming across the field. So this looks like Here's looks like what the Browns are trying to do. Something like this. Okay, so you've got this, which is a nice, these routes over here are good 2-minute routes, just because the guy can try to get out of bounds, and then Joku and Donovan Peoples-Jones routes are there just because they give you options. You've got to move the ball down the field. You don't want to go into 2nd and 10 because that's where the Ravens can start blitzing. You want to get yards. You want to move down the field, and you've got enough time. You've got a minute 51. You can't dink and dunk, but you can make some shorter plays and go. Get 7-8 yards of play. You do that 4 or 5 times, and Browns in field goal range right there. And trying to go into the half, if the Browns get a field goal going into the half, up 3, Ravens get the ball to start the second half, Browns in very good shape. And especially if they can run out the rest of the clock on this drive. So that's the pass concept there. So let's take a look at Marlon Humphrey versus Jarvis Landry, because we talked about this turf. Look right here, Humphrey versus Jarvis Landry. Humphrey slips, and look how, this is just, he actually kind of looks like a little bit of a grab there on Landry as he's going down. Hard to tell from this angle though. Because of how far back Jimmy Smith is though. Easy, just nice catch and run. This is not a great throw there by Baker Mayfield. Mayfield can lead him a little bit more. He doesn't. But Peoples-Jones does a nice job to get by Patrick Queen, at which point he's just going to completely lose his footing and fall down at about the 42-yard line. And it was tough to tell who's really open, because if you watch when the ball's out of Mayfield's hands, right there. No, not yet, right there. Right. This is the quickest route. Everything else still starting to develop. Njoku, you can kind of see daylight, but not really, because you throw the ball in Njoku, it's getting picked off right there. So this is the quickest route to develop. This probably was, if I had to guess, something like 1, I would say 2, a high-low here, and then go to a 3. That would be how I would draw it up if I'm an offensive coordinator, and in regards to progressions. So with that said, let's watch this play one more time, and we'll go to normal speed. A pickup of 7 for Cleveland. Great way to start the drive. Clock is rolling. It'll take, so a couple seconds come off the clock on the play. And when they come to the line for the next play, it'll be a minute. Ball is snapped at a minute 31. So 20 seconds of play. You've got some time to work with here. 91 seconds. Peoples-Jones slipping there on the back end. Touchdown by Patrick Queen. Here, the Browns go no huddling quickly to the line, which means same personnel. 11 personnel, nickel. Takes the snap, looks to throw. Firing to the left. And this ball is going to be knocked out by Deshaun Elliott. Looking for Kareem Hunt to the left. And this is just a great play by number 32. He's going to just knock the ball out. All right, let's take a step back. All right, notice here Jimmy Smith. He's not playing 10 yards back on Donovan Peoples-Jones this time. He is up in press coverage. This is all man. And one of the issues with this play design is that the guy who's taking Kareem Hunt is all the way back here. You thought Jimmy Smith was far back on this last play. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I don't know, maybe 3 yards, 10 yards, another 2 or 3. It's 16 yards off the line of scrimmage, or 16 yards between the two. That's not really a recipe for success if you're trying to take a quick play. And so this is a basic screen play right here. You're going to have this. The Browns ran something similar to this earlier. He's going to try to get a block here, and then let Kareem Hunt go make a play. Just vertical routes to create space. Looks like you've got something like a drag there, and then something developing on that left side. Probably whether it's a comeback or post or deep route, I'm not 100% sure. Too early to tell. So they're trying to get the ball to Kareem Hunt on a screen, and to be honest, he's wide open. Look how much space there is. Mayfield's just waiting for it to develop, though. He looks like he wants to go somewhere else. If you take a look at his eyes right here. Wait, he's just waiting for. Here's why. Here's why he wants to wait. Because the longer he waits, technically, the more these guys are going to be able to get up the field and create space for Kareem Hunt, who's going to make the catch here. Or will he? Deshaun Elliott. Watch Deshaun Elliott right here. He's going to decipher this play brilliantly. He sees Kareem Hunt. He gets up there. And he just knocks his ball out. It's tough to see on this view. But he knocks the ball out. It's a good open field tackle also. And excuse me, this is zone defense. This is not man. So I misspoke earlier. You can see how the Ravens are actually playing zone. There's no one in the flat. I don't know what this is. Hold on. This is a combo of man and zone, isn't it? Otherwise, what in the world is Jimmy Smith doing? Hold on. What is Jimmy? This is zone coverage. Everyone here is playing zone coverage. Linebackers underneath, the safeties, everyone is playing zone coverage. But Jimmy Smith is not. Hold on a moment. Jimmy Smith is playing man. Everyone else is playing zone. This makes no sense. Looks like Jimmy Smith just doesn't know the play call. And I understand it's no huddle. I understand you're dealing with a no huddle offense. You're trying to figure out what in the world is going on, what you're meant to be doing. But Jimmy Smith just doesn't know what's meant to be happening right here. He's right here. He is playing man coverage. And the Ravens defense is not. They're playing zone. I mean, Jimmy Smith has no business being down here because the way Jimmy Smith goes all the way down the field. I'll draw this out quickly. This looks like it's something on the lines of zone. You got Peters, who's got the outside there. And then Jimmy Smith probably meant to be like somewhere in this range right here. Instead, Jimmy Smith is going to go. Oops. Let's get to an arrow. Jimmy Smith's going to go over here in man coverage against Peoples-Jones. It makes no sense. Looks like Jimmy Smith does not know what's meant to be happening. I'll be honest. This is Jimmy Smith's responsibility in the flat. But he's not there. But Deshaun Elliott comes up. Okay. I forgot to look at the offensive line on last play. There wasn't any pressure. I'll tell you that much. Also, take a look at the line at the offensive line this play. It was a good job by blocking by the Browns last time. It's a decent job this time as well. Yannick Ngakoue does get free at the end. You can watch Yannick Ngakoue right here working against Jedrick Wills. He's even hit by Joel Bitonio. I'm going to slow this one down because this is just a great job by Ngakoue. He's going to go inside, fakes outside, goes inside. Bitonio sees him, tries to get a hit. Ngakoue is just going to push through. They do it, and he gets pressure. Derek Wolfe shut down by J.C. Treader. Justin Ellis and Matthew Judon are going to collide here, and it looks like Ellis kind of lost his footing or miscommunication there as well. It doesn't look like they're trying to run a stunt, but they get close. I mean, it doesn't look like they're trying to run a stunt, but it looks like Ellis just slips, and Judon runs a little bit too much inside. Conklin is definitely guiding him inside. You see how Conklin's got the outside edge. Judon goes inside and then just runs right into Justin Ellis. And you'll watch here, Chris Bohr, number 49, almost gets an interception on this ball. Elliott's just going to hit the ball out and really close to going the other way is this ball. Let's watch this play one more time. A great job by Deshaun Elliott, an absolute mystery, which I did not notice before when I went through this game to get some notes down. Did not notice this Jimmy Smith thing. Gotta wonder what's going on because that doesn't look right. There's just nothing about it that looks right unless let me go to a whiteboard here or blackboard, and here's my last theory, which is I'm going to need to do this. I don't know, something like on the lines of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess technically 9, 10, and probably second linebacker here, saying that's a cornerback. What I guess the Ravens could have tried to do here is have this guy play a zone here, kind of a zone there. Nope, that's the wrong one. Zone here, a zone here, a zone here, and a zone here, and then have Jimmy Smith play man coverage on whoever on Donovan Peoples-Jones. I guess the Ravens could have been doing that. I don't like that. If that's what they're doing, I disagree with the play design. And as I said, I think in the first episode, we're never 100% sure what is meant to be happening on a play. This might have been a design. We just don't have a way to know that. I don't think it's a design, but it's not impossible that it is. Okay. Watching this play one last time. This will bring up a 3rd down and 3 here. Kareem Hunt, watch the first down is about the 45. Kareem Hunt. Oh, I'm on the next play already. You know what? We watched it one last time. I forgot. I'll be honest. Kareem Hunt would have had the 40. Would have had the first down. Okay, what happens on this play? With an incompletion, the clock stops. Mayfield looking left, nothing there. Under pressure. Excuse me, looking right now, back left, firing over the middle. It's going to be called Rashard Higgins. He's got the first down and more into Ravens territory, all the way down to the Ravens 44. They pick up about 14 yards. Clark and Humphrey there to make the stop. But a penalty flag will come in, and it's on Cleveland. All right, there's a lot happening on this play. It's a great catch by Rashard Higgins, a diving catch. Okay. Let's take a look right here. Higgins, he's working against Jimmy Smith. 11 personnel. Ravens in the nickel. And at the end, he's just... So watch Higgins and Jimmy Smith. At the end, he'll just get free right over the middle. You can watch the other receivers. Landry and Peoples-Jones. Here's where this penalty comes in. Right over here. This is offensive pass interference on Donovan Peoples-Jones. He's blocking before the ball's thrown. They want to get like a quick pick play, but let's watch it. Kind of just runs into Humphrey, and that kind of ends it. And I mean, wow. I mean, you can see Mayfield looking to the right initially, looking to see if he can throw it, but to the right. But Humphrey and Peters do a pretty good job just right off the bat, not letting anything happen. Good switch there. Peters gets down the field. I mean, Landry beats him badly, but it won't matter. This play's coming back. Offensive pass interference. Okay. So it's a good move by Higgins to get open against Jimmy Smith. Let's take a look in the backfield. So looking right initially. Well, let's take a look at some pressure. Judon, left edge versus Jack Conklin. Oh, nothing there. He's going to try to, I mean, he running around trying to get in the passing lane at the end. Nothing doing. Okay, Jihad Ward. He's going to go inside against J.C. Treader. Kind of gets in the way of Mayfield. Not really. Here goes Derek Wolfe. He's gonna get some pressure against Joel Bitonio. You can watch him. Beats him badly there, but Bitonio recovers and makes the block. Yannick Ngakwe working against Jedrick Wills. He's gonna get a reg around the left edge. Mayfield steps up. Look at this job by Baker Mayfield. This is just a great play. I don't care who you are. This is not an easy throw. Because he is running around. He's looking for something, looking for someone. He looks here for Hunt for great coverage. So he's going to come back over the middle to Rashard Higgins. He's off balance. Doesn't really get his step into his throw. It's not a good throw, but it's a great job by Baker Mayfield and a great catch by Rashard Higgins. Just to get this ball off. And look how, I mean... Let's do a quick look about how in the world Rashard Higgins gets this open. Because Deshaun Elliott is going to go and help with David Njoku on this, I would call a seam route. I guess kind of a post. He's going to go, Elliott does the right job. He's going to go to the deepest man, and that's going to open up all this entire middle for Rashard Higgins. So the referees, a couple of interesting points here. Number one, Yannick Ngakwe. Number two, Rashard Higgins. Let's do Higgins first. As you'll see him come over the middle. You'll see him get free here. He's whistled down by the referees right there, even though he wasn't really touched. He was still running. Just another part of the NFL safety policy. The other part is Yannick Ngakwe, which is he's lucky he didn't really get a roughing the passer penalty. Because after the play, look how he hits Mayfield after the play. Ball's out of his hands. Ngakwe's up and just goes and knocks Mayfield over. Yeah, I do think he's lucky he didn't get a roughing the passer penalty. And I think the reason the refs didn't call it, you can see the refs looking at it, is because Ngakwe is not looking at Mayfield. It looks inadvertent, which is why I'm guessing they didn't call it. Regardless, it would have been like an offsetting play because of the Browns penalty. So it's a 10-yard penalty, and that's going to, let's watch this one last time. And this will bring up a 3rd down and a 13. Clock stop with 1 minute and 16 seconds to go in this first half. Browns, they're in a 3rd down and 13. Big play down. Tied up at 14 apiece. Ball now going to be at their own 32-yard line. And this play is, well, let's wait till we get to it. As Patrick Queen showing blitz up the middle, fakes it, doesn't come though. Mayfield, a great job finding Higgins, who was wide open against Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith kind of just standing there at the back end. Not much hustle there from Jimmy Smith. Here we go, 3rd down and 13. Crucial play. Now, either the Browns convert and keep their drive going, or they're going to give the ball back to Baltimore. Ravens, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the line of scrimmage. They're going to just bring 5. Mayfield under pressure. He's going to go slide right. Now spin back. He's going to throw the ball incomplete. Ravens coaches on the sideline yelling for a penalty flag. What in the world is going on? Well, let's take a look. So Ravens showing 6. Chris Board's going to drop, though. He's going to be covering Kareem. Nope, he's just going to be in coverage. All right, let's take a look at the wide receivers first, because a lot of guys are open. You got a guy wide open on the left. That looks like it's David Njoku. And other guys, it's actually decent zone coverage by the Ravens here. Pretty good zone coverage. Mayfield, you'll see he's going to initially look over the middle, then left, and then he kind of sees Kareem Hunt, and that's where he's trying to go with the ball. He's trying to check it down to Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt got a little bit of space. The first down is going to be at the 45-yard line, and right here, again, this is a one-on-one situation. You can have a guy coming up. You can have Kareem Hunt. He needs to get to right over there. Not impossible. It's definitely doable, because if Kareem Hunt's going to do something like cuts outside or whatever, he's got a shot. He really does. But it's not a good throw by Baker Mayfield, and the reason that is incredible pressure by the Baltimore Ravens. Right. So let's take a look, starting from defense's right, offense's left. Yannick Ngakwe, Jedrick Wills. Ngakwe is going to completely get free, slides it past. He's going to keep on fighting against Mayfield. Mayfield goes down after the play. Last couple plays, Ngakwe just getting through. Judon taking him to the turf though after the play. Let's take a look at Matt Judon. He's going to be pushed around to the right, gets around that right side, runs around Joel Bitonio. And I'm going to slow this down the end because Mayfield just gets decked. Watch number 99. Watch Matthew Judon. Coming around, he just takes a hit on that. All right, Jihad Ward. Working against Joel Bitonio. Derek Wolfe. Nope, here they go on a stunt. Wolfe is going to go right. Ward going to the left, and they pick up the stunt. Great job here. Treader and Batonio do a great job picking up the stunt. Nothing doing. Tyus Bowser's got nothing doing either. We'll take a look at Bowser. Working against Wyatt Teller, the veteran. He knows how to play the position. Now he's going to be funneled over to Jack Conklin. It's kind of a double team here. Messy, but there's just not much there. The penetration is from the edges, both around that left edge. Ngakwe and Judon taking a hit. Now, here's what the penalty was called for. Intentional grounding. This ball, the officials rule, let's see if we can find where the ball goes. It's tough to see the ball. Oh, the ball's right here. The ball lands right there. Let me draw an arrow or something so we don't lose that. The ball's right there. The closest receiver is right there. Now, for intentional grounding, there are a couple of rules. Number one, if you're trying to throw the ball away, you've got to be outside the pocket. Baker Mayfield is not outside the pocket, which means if he's throwing the ball away, he needs to be in the vicinity of an eligible receiver. Kareem Hunt is an eligible receiver, but this is not the vicinity. This should not count as in the vicinity. Where it gets slightly dicey, and I watched the TV broadcast on this to see what angles they had, and I'm still torn about this. Ngakwe is going to come around right here, and he gets a hand on Baker Mayfield's arm. This is a great job by Baker Mayfield, moving around the pocket, creating just a little bit of time, gets his eyes downfield, and knows he's taking a hit and still gets that ball off. Now, Ngakwe's got a hand on it. Does Ngakwe's hand create such a bad throw? Because if it does, there's no intentional grounding. But if it does not, then it is intentional grounding. The referees decided to say that this was intentional grounding. I'm still very torn about this because it's hard to see here on the TV broadcast. It looks so, and it does not look like the hand really affected the play, but it's still a hand on the throwing arm. So I don't know. It's tough to tell. It really is. Regardless, the Ravens get a defensive stop. So regardless, it doesn't really matter in the long term. It does matter from a yardage perspective. The Ravens declined the 10-second runoff that would have gone with this play. And we'll put the Browns into punting situation. Here's, we'll watch this one more time. We'll go into full speed here. I don't know what to say on this roughing the passer. I understand now. From in slow mo, who knows? I understand there was a hand on it. It doesn't look like it affected it in real time. In slow mo, it looks kind of like it did. It's very tough to tell, regardless. And I'm still torn about it after watching it on multiple camera angles. I don't even remember what the ESPN broadcast said on it, but like it's Mayfield's not happy about the penalty. You can see the Ravens coaches wanting that penalty on that sideline right there. And they get it. So the penalty flag comes out. Clock stopped with 1 minute and 9 seconds. 4th down and 24. No doubt that they will be punting this ball away. As the left-footed punter Gillen's going to sky this one. And this one will be down. You'll see James Prochet hitting himself on the head there. 35-yard punt down by Tay Davis. Look where Davis is going to initially line up. He's going to line up right here. Davis just makes a quick block on Bowser and then great effort. Runs down the field and just downs the ball. Prochet not happy with himself after the play. I'm not sure why. I think the reason why is because it took a little bit of a Cleveland hop, not a big one, but Prochet could have gone up and tried to and caught this. Maybe got the ball to an extra couple of yards on the play. That's my guess about why he's mad at himself. I mean, you're not. Regardless, the ball's gonna bounce. Where does the ball bounce actually? It's tough to tell. Looks like it bounces about the 48-yard line. Prochet's not going to be able to actually get a return on that. You get a couple extra yards. Not much, though. Great play by Davis. Ravens not getting much pressure here. It's a good blocking by Cleveland. Let's watch this punt one more time. This will get the ball back to Lamar Jackson. You got about a minute to work with. I believe 2 timeouts. Tied up, 14 apiece. Ravens get the ball to start the second half. This is a huge opportunity for the Baltimore Ravens, which they have to take advantage of when we come back in the next episode. If you've not checked out the previous episodes, highly suggest doing that. The first 9 episodes, and then the next episode, if you're watching a replay, will be out. It's probably out already. If you're watching a live stream, well, then it is likely going to be out tomorrow. Stop right over here, but let me first remind you to please check out my podcast, Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast. That's Sports with Yosef. Check out all of my videos on Sportscaster, sportscastr.com. Username YosefM613. Please check out all of my articles, Tackler, Flurry Sports, Rocky and Meisty, and Sportscaster News. My username for some of those is YosefM613. Not all of those, but it's a lot of content, a lot of sites. All those articles are available on my website, YosefM613.com. where you can subscribe and get email updates every time I post new content right there. Really easy. So go take advantage of that. And if you're on Twitter, give me a follow at YosefM613. All right, Ravens punting. Then the Browns punting. Neither team even able to take advantage. Can the Ravens take advantage in their next drive with about a minute to go? 1:01 to go in the first half, in Cleveland knotted up 14 apiece. Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson. So far it's even. Who will break the tie first? We'll be back next episode to answer that question.